Welcome to my channel. Here, you'll learn English while discovering some of the most inspiring stories in the world. Today, you'll not only practice your English listening skills, but also uncover the secrets of success from one of the greatest investors of all time, Warren Buffett. If you dream of becoming wealthy, let me share something important. 80% of the richest people in the world built their wealth from scratch. They didn't wait for someone to hand them success. They earned it, step by step. Warren Buffett's story is a perfect example of this. Warren wasn't born rich. He didn't have powerful connections or shortcuts. Yet today, he's one of the wealthiest men in the world. The best part? His life is full of lessons that anyone, even you, can use to succeed. So, get ready. This isn't just a story. It's a guide for your journey to success. Stick with me, and you'll walk away with knowledge that can change your life. Let's start from the beginning. Warren Edward Buffett was born on August 30th, 1930, in Omaha, Nebraska. He was the second child of Howard Buffett, a stockbroker and politician, and his wife, Layla. Warren grew up in a modest home with his two sisters. Even as a child, Warren was different. While other kids played with toys, he was counting coins. By the age of 6, he had already learned how money worked. One day, he walked to a grocery store and bought a pack of chewing gum for 25 cents. He sold each piece for 5 cents, making a small profit. That was his first business. At just 11 years old, Warren did something most adults wouldn't even think of. He bought his first stock. It was a company called City Service, and he purchased 3 shares for $38 each. Soon after, the stock price dropped to $27. Many people would panic, but Warren didn't. He waited. Eventually, the stock rose to $40, and he sold it. But then, it kept climbing. First to $100, then to $200. This experience taught Warren a valuable lesson. Great things come to those who wait. From then on, Warren became unstoppable. He looked for every opportunity to make money. At 13, he started delivering newspapers early in the morning. While the city slept, Warren rode his bike, tossing papers onto doorsteps. He worked hard and saved every penny. By the time he was 16, he had saved $300, a huge amount back then. But instead of spending it, Warren used the money to buy a 40-acre farm, which he rented out to a farmer. At just 16 years old, Warren was already earning passive income like a professional investor. Warren wasn't just a businessman, he was a learner. He loved reading books about finance and business. One of his favorite books was 1,000 Ways to Make $1,000. It opened his eyes to the endless possibilities of wealth. He was also a whiz with numbers. At school, his classmates thought he was a math genius because he could calculate faster than anyone else. But Warren wasn't just good at math. He had an incredible eye for opportunities. Warren's family also played a big role in shaping his future. His father, Howard, was his role model. Howard taught him the importance of honesty, hard work, and responsibility. His mother, Layla, was strict but supportive. She encouraged Warren to chase his dreams. But Warren's journey wasn't always smooth. Sometimes he felt lonely because he was so different from other kids. While they dreamed of becoming athletes or movie stars, Warren dreamed of building businesses. He once said, "I knew I was going to be rich. I never doubted it for a second." If you're thinking, "I don't have much money," or "I don't know where to start," don't worry. Warren Buffett's story shows that success doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and effort. Remember, Warren Buffett started with almost nothing. He didn't have fancy gadgets, expensive clothes, or a wealthy family. What he did have was a desire to learn and the courage to try. In 1947, Warren graduated high school at just 17 years old. He already knew what he wanted, to get rich through investing. However, his father insisted he go to college first. So, Warren enrolled at the University of Pennsylvania, but he didn't enjoy it. He found many of the classes boring and unhelpful. After 2 years, he transferred to the University of Nebraska, where he graduated with a business degree at 19. Even as a young man, Warren was far ahead of others in financial knowledge. While in college, he worked odd jobs, and invested his savings in small ventures. By the time he graduated, he had saved around $10,000, a huge sum back then. Warren wanted to learn from the best, so he applied to Harvard Business School. To his surprise, he was rejected. But instead of being discouraged, Warren saw it as an opportunity. He discovered that Benjamin Graham, one of his idols, was teaching at Columbia University. Benjamin Graham was a legendary investor and the author of The Intelligent Investor. His strategy, called value investing, focused on buying undervalued companies and waiting for their true worth to be realized. Warren was captivated by this idea. At Columbia, Warren impressed Graham and became one of his favorite students. Graham's teachings shaped Warren's investment philosophy forever. Warren often said, "Investing is simple, but not easy." After finishing his studies at Columbia in 1951, Warren wanted to work for Graham's investment firm, but Graham turned him down, saying Warren didn't have enough experience. Once again, Warren didn't give up. He returned to Omaha and worked as a stockbroker. During this time, he spent hours reading annual reports, analyzing businesses, and searching for investment opportunities. In 1952, Warren married Susan Thompson, who became a key part of his life. Despite his busy career, Warren always valued his family and made time for them. In 1954, Warren got the opportunity he had been waiting for. Graham offered him a job at his investment firm in New York. For 2 years, Warren worked closely with Graham, learning everything he could about value investing. In 1956, Warren returned to Omaha and started his own investment partnership. He raised $15,000 from family and friends and began laying the foundation for what would become the Berkshire Hathaway empire. From this humble start, Warren started building one of the greatest financial success stories in history. One of his early investments was in a struggling textile company called Berkshire Hathaway. In 1962, Warren noticed its stock was undervalued and began buying shares. However, the owner of Berkshire Hathaway tried to cheat Warren in a buyout deal. Feeling betrayed, Warren decided to take control of the company. After taking over, Warren realized the textile business was failing. Instead of giving up, he transformed Berkshire Hathaway into a holding company for his investments. This move turned the company into a powerful investment vehicle that owned stakes in some of the world's biggest companies. Warren's strategy was simple: find great companies, buy them at a reasonable price, and hold on to them for the long term. One of his most famous investments came in 1964 when American Express faced a scandal that caused its stock price to drop. While others were scared, Warren saw an opportunity. He believed in the strength of the brand and invested heavily. Over time, Warren Buffett's investments brought incredible success. In 1973, he befriended Katharine Graham, the CEO of the Washington Post, and invested in the newspaper. His support helped the company grow and become one of the most respected media outlets in the world. In 1988, Warren made one of his boldest moves by investing over $1 billion in Coca-Cola. He believed the company had unmatched brand loyalty. His faith paid off as Coca-Cola became a cornerstone of his portfolio. Warren saw it as more than just a drink. It was a global brand tied to happiness and celebration. People enjoyed it at birthdays, holidays, and moments of relaxation. For years, Warren avoided technology stocks, saying he didn't fully understand them. But in 2016, his perspective changed. He realized Apple wasn't just a tech company. It was a consumer products powerhouse with a loyal customer base. Under Tim Cook's leadership, Apple created products like the iPhone and Apple Watch, which became essential parts of people's lives. Berkshire Hathaway began buying Apple shares, and today, Apple is its largest investment, making up over 40% of the portfolio. This decision taught an important lesson. Always keep learning and adapting, because the world is constantly changing. Warren's management style is another thing that sets him apart. He rarely holds meetings, avoids micromanaging, and communicates with his employees through annual letters. He believes in hiring talented managers and letting them do their jobs without interference. Warren once said, "I don't look for people to fail. I look for people who will succeed without me. This hands-off approach has allowed Berkshire Hathaway to own and operate dozens of companies, including Gico, Dairy Queen, Duracell, and See's Candies. Despite his enormous wealth, Warren Buffett lives a life of simplicity. He still lives in the modest house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. He starts each day with breakfast from McDonald's, spending no more than $3.70 on his meal. Warren avoids upgrading his car or wardrobe and doesn't indulge in extravagant purchases. He once joked, "My life wouldn't improve with a bigger house or a nicer car." His frugal lifestyle reflects his belief that wealth shouldn't be wasted on things that don't bring real value. Warren's personal life wasn't without challenges. He deeply loved his wife, Susan Buffett, who played a significant role in his success. However, their relationship became complicated over time. In 1977, Susan moved to San Francisco to pursue her interests, but the couple never divorced. They remained close, and Susan even introduced Warren to Astrid Menks, who would later become his second wife. After Susan passed away in 2004, Warren married Astrid. Warren often said, "Marrying the right person is the most important decision you'll ever make." Warren also built a strong friendship with Bill Gates in the early 1990s. Their bond was based on mutual respect and a shared passion for philanthropy. Together, they launched the Giving Pledge, an initiative encouraging billionaires to donate most of their wealth to charitable causes. Warren himself has already given away over $50 billion, making him one of the greatest philanthropists in history. He believes wealth is a tool to improve society, not just a means for personal indulgence. Warren's daily routine reflects his disciplined approach to life. He spends 80% of his day reading newspapers, books, and financial reports. He believes knowledge compounds like money and encourages others to develop a habit of continuous learning. He once said, "The more you learn, the more you earn." What truly sets Warren Buffett apart is his values. He focuses on long-term thinking, patience, and integrity. He avoids trends and instead invests in businesses he understands and trusts. Warren often says, "You don't need to be a genius to be a great investor. You just need discipline and a sound plan." By the early 2000s, Warren Buffett wasn't just known as the greatest investor of all time. He was also admired for his generosity. In 2006, he pledged to give away 99% of his wealth to charity. He said, "If you're one of the lucky ones to have great wealth, it's your duty to help others." Instead of creating his own foundation, Warren entrusted most of his donations to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, believing they could manage the resources effectively and create a global impact. Warren also encouraged other billionaires to join him by signing the Giving Pledge. He explained it's not about the amount of money, but the mindset of giving back. Even with his immense wealth, Warren continues to live simply, enjoying life's small pleasures, like drinking 5 cans of Coca-Cola a day, eating McDonald's breakfasts, and playing bridge with friends. Warren Buffett is not just an investor, he's a lifelong teacher who has consistently shared his wisdom. Each year, Berkshire Hathaway holds its annual shareholders meeting in Omaha, famously called the Woodstock for Capitalists. Thousands of people from around the world attend to hear Warren and his business partner, Charlie Munger, discuss strategies, mistakes, and valuable lessons. Warren firmly believes that anyone can succeed in life by developing the right habits. While Warren excelled at building wealth, his relationships played an equally significant role in shaping his life. Despite his busy schedule, he maintained a strong bond with his 3 children. 1. Susan Alice Buffett, Susie. She shares her parents' passion for philanthropy and focuses on social causes. 2. Howard Buffett, an agriculturalist and philanthropist. Howard works on world hunger and conservation issues. 3. Peter Buffett, a musician and composer. Peter chose a creative path but stays connected to his father's values. Warren's parenting philosophy was unique. He didn't want to spoil his children with wealth. Instead, he encouraged them to find their own paths. He once said, I want to give my kids enough to do anything but not enough to do nothing. Even in his 90s, Warren remains a student of life. He spends hours reading each day, constantly soaking up knowledge and staying curious. As he once remarked, "The more I learn, the more I realize how little I know." His humility serves as a reminder that no matter how much you achieve, there's always room to grow. One of Warren's lesser-known qualities is his ability to trust and delegate responsibility. He famously sends just one letter a year to the CEOs of Berkshire Hathaway's subsidiaries, outlining his expectations. His message is simple: run your business as if it's the only one your family will ever own. This trust empowers his team to make decisions confidently. Warren's leadership style highlights an important lesson. Success isn't about controlling everything. It's about building a team you can trust. Warren's frugality isn't just about saving money. It reflects his focus on what truly matters. He believes in spending on experiences and relationships rather than material possessions. He has often said, "Happiness isn't about how much you have. It's about how you feel about what you have." Warren's investments reflect his thoughtful approach to industries. For example, his decision to invest in Chevron, an oil and gas company, sparked debates about environmental responsibility. While acknowledging the environmental impact, Warren emphasized the importance of balancing economic needs with sustainability. He encouraged companies to innovate and reduce their carbon footprint while continuing to meet global energy demands. This investment underscored his belief in tackling challenges responsibly rather than avoiding them. Integrity has always been a cornerstone of Warren's life. He famously said, "It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently." This principle has guided every decision he's made, whether investing billions or speaking at a conference. Honesty and trust remain his top priorities. One of Warren's biggest lessons comes from his mistakes. He once said, "It's good to learn from your mistakes. It's better to learn from other people's mistakes." Warren didn't achieve success by being perfect. He made his share of errors. One of the most notable was his purchase of Dexter Shoe Company in the 1990s. He paid $400 million for the company, only to see it fail and eventually become worthless. Rather than blaming others, Warren took full responsibility for this mistake. He openly admitted to his shareholders, "I paid too much for the business. I could have used that $400 million better." By being honest and humble about his errors, Warren grew stronger. He didn't let failure define him. Instead, he used it as a stepping stone toward greater achievements. Warren Buffett's life is a masterclass in resilience, humility, and wisdom. His journey shows that success isn't about avoiding mistakes, but about learning from them, trusting others, and staying focused on what truly matters. Warren Buffett's life is a treasure trove of lessons about patience, learning, and perseverance. From his investment strategies to his personal values, he has shown that success is not about shortcuts, but about consistent effort and the right mindset. Failure is not the end, it's a lesson. Warren's mistake with Dexter Shoe Company taught him, and us, that every misstep is an opportunity to learn and grow. Taking responsibility, analyzing the error, and applying the lesson forward is the key to turning failure into future success. One of Warren's greatest strengths is his patience. He never rushed into investments, choosing instead to wait for the right opportunity. His famous quote, "The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient," encapsulates his philosophy. Whether holding Coca-Cola shares for decades or taking time in his personal relationships, Warren knew that good things take time. The lesson is simple: don't rush. Trust that waiting for the right moment often yields the best results. The concept of compounding is another cornerstone of Warren's success. Small, consistent efforts over time can lead to extraordinary results. His favorite example, compound interest, highlights how money grows exponentially when left to accumulate. This principle applies not just to investing, but also to personal growth, relationships, and career development. The takeaway? Start small, Be patient and let your efforts build over time. Warren follows a simple set of rules that are surprisingly easy to adopt. 1. Invest in yourself. Your knowledge and skills are assets no one can take away. 2. Do what you love. Passion fuels success and makes work feel like a fulfilling journey. 3. Live below your means. Frugality allows you to save and focus on what truly matters. 4. Surround yourself with good people. Your environment influences your growth. Choose wisely. 5. Be consistent. Stick with your principles and strategies even when it's not trendy or easy. Applying Warren's principles can transform not just your financial life, but also your overall mindset. Start early but don't rush. The sooner you begin, the better your results, but it's never too late to start. Learn constantly. Knowledge compounds just like investments. Read, watch, and listen to new ideas every day. Be patient. True success takes time. Whether building wealth or mastering a skill, consistent effort pays off. Stay humble and honest. Admitting mistakes and learning from them builds trust and character. Give back. True success lies in making a positive impact on the world around you. Warren Buffett's life is proof that greatness doesn't require genius. It requires discipline, patience, and a commitment to values. Wherever you are in your journey, start today. The steps you take now, no matter how small, will compound over time into something extraordinary. Stay focused, stay consistent, and trust the process. Your future self will thank you.